After the Mango Kush.
He's legendary.
You just blew his mind right now.
Hey man, that's a lot. Believe it or not, that's a lot.
Mango Kush is one of the ones.
That's a lot. What I was smoking on at the beginning until.
Once, five, throw them 20s. Looking down in the club, throw no money. Didn't want me, it's so funny.
Hey, bro, what's up, dog? Well, that's
Shit, now they get killed, go get her a GoFundMe. I done made a couple of hundred through pandemic. Hard 6 Vegas like P, no damn limit. Yo, ass nigga money was short, that damn midget. Lifestyle rubbers won't work, I can't fit it. Then he plus a fuck a Netflix. Get her on the prompt and I'm hitting the next bitch. Bitch, your last nigga don't exist. Ain't about a dollar.
What's going on, guys? Big Chief here. Welcome back to another episode of To Be Blunt. I'm here with my co-host PBR, aka Personal Blunt Roller.
What's going on? Professional blunt roller. Had to step in for AJ. He had to go take his care. You know, that's a busy man. So, you know.
Yeah, PBR step in. You know, it's a different shoe. Not the same shoe. It's a whole different shoe.
Come on, man.
Different style of shoe. You know what I mean?
Still
There's a lot of
gonna be a
shoes out
great
there.
pod,
Still
man.
fly. Today's super dope episode for the real chiefers out there. I had to highlight one of the most premier people in this industry right now that's been getting slept on, and I really smoke his shit. So that's what brought it into my attention, and from now he's been winning competitions left and right. We'll get
Fresh
to that.
off a dub.
Fresh off a dub. we got Hood Baby Cultivation in the building.
Yo, what's up? How
We
y'all
got
doing
Zach in the
today?
building. Zach also does the genetics for Ball Family Farms. Shout out to you. That's a legendary company.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
bro? Welcome to Be Blunt.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy PBR for pulling
Come
up,
on,
bro.
man. You know I wouldn't miss it.
So yeah. What you guys want to jump into? You guys got any questions
bro,
off the rip?
first of all,
Let Chief
how was
do
New York, bro?
New York was cool. I mean,
New York, let me get, so they don't know. So, New York 420 goes insane. This year is one of the first years I didn't go, but Zach went.
Yeah, it was insane. The culture was it's prominent. It's a lot stronger out there on the East Coast, though. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Compared to the Olympics, Billy's had a lot of people, and it was a lot of outcome.
The Billy Awards?
Yeah, the Billies, you know, a lot of people showed up. I got to connect with a bunch of cultivators and a bunch of people who doing great shit on the East Coast. So it kind of opened my eyes up, you know, and on the genetic side of things and like what people are looking for on that side. So it was just like a real interesting take, you know, really seeing a bunch of sour diesels and a bunch of Skittles and a bunch of piffs and, you know, the different things that we really don't have a lot of on the West Coast at the end of the day. So
How's the Kush? How do you think the Kush is overall? It's not comparable to the West Coast, but how is it?
It's upgrading, bro.
Really?
They taking it serious out there. Yeah, bro. I seen a lot of good product on the East Coast this weekend. A lot of different genetics. It was interesting to see. Shout out to Candyland, New York. They actually do a bunch of fucking pheno hunting, just like me. So kind of opened my eyes up. You know, I'm not the only one in this space doing this like this. So, but yeah, I mean, he had a Eternity Yellow Mermaid pheno I had smelled, and I really couldn't stop smelling it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, you're proud of, bro.
Yeah, I was proud.
You're like,
bro.
look at this shit. This happened in the East
Well, you
Coast.
gotta
right
think
here.
he got the Yellow Mermaid too. So
Yeah,
like,
that's one of the first ones.
Exactly.
To appreciate the something you already got.
Well, I mean, and just to see somebody else's take and spin on it. At the end of the day, that's what I feel like the genetic space is. It's your take and your spin on that specific genetic, especially when it comes to hunting. You know, you can find a pheno that you really like and hits all your and checks all your boxes.
Yeah.
You know? But that doesn't mean it's going to check everybody else's boxes. So it's finding that middle ground.
Personal preference from everybody. Everyone got their own opinion how we should be like. Same thing as food should be like, you know?
Well, I mean, and even with judging, you know, that's really why you can't really, you know, you definitely want to take the feedback from the competition, but you really can't take it to heart because everybody's judging is going to be completely different as well, you know? What their preferences is going to be subjective.
I was gonna say that's the beautiful thing about the plant is it's subjective. Everybody's gonna enjoy something different.
Something different, you know? And
Something for everybody.
there always is, and that's really why I love the plant because there always is something for everybody, you know? You might not like the sativas, you know, the next person might love them because...
I don't like sativas.
I'm not really a
I like
sativa.
certain sativas.
See?
Certain sativas.
Subjective.
Very subjective. I mean, sativa hit or miss for me, too. It's a lot of misses more than hits.
No, that's a fact.
But you know, for the most part, you still got to keep them around. You're going to keep them prevalent because you want to have a product that everybody can enjoy. You know, you might not be the sativa smoker, but you might have 20, 30 patients that do need the sativas, you know. So, you know, you definitely want to keep a staple in your lineup no matter what. So just really cool to see, you know, the East Coast really doing their thing. I've been out there maybe 12 to 15 times over the last 3 years, and over the last 3 years I've seen literally elevation.
The growth every time.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's always a little overwhelming how much people. Cause like we
it's
got
still
stoner,
fresh.
Yeah,
out
no,
there,
100.
The community is still fresh.
But it's so much people,
so
bro.
many people.
Like
it's and everyone's a hustler, and it's just go time. But a lot of people do chief out there.
Yeah,
Majority of the people be chiefing out there, and you can chief anywhere outside of New York.
From sun up to sundown, for real.
And you can chief next to a cop. You can chief outside of buildings, places, anything. But going through, looking at their genetics and every single thing, because I love the way you described it, because you're very passionate about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I'm not going to lie to you. It's exciting just to see a different perspective of the plant, you know? And that's really why, like, not staying in your home ground and opening up your perspective on what is out there or what can be grown or what can be pheno hunted, you know, that opens up. And that doesn't open up unless you get out of your box, you know? And that's really why, one of the parts why I like traveling to the East Coast is just really being able to see, you know, what's different, you know, and what do they like and what do I have to get better on.
Yeah.
That's always the mindset, you know, like providing strains and genetics that people want so it can be a hot commodity, So
talking about how it all started and your passion from this. You're from the Bay, correct?
Yeah, I'm from Oakland.
Let's talk about that. How was the upbringing?
Woo! Shit.
Talk about the
Hard.
Bay. Like, were you born there?
Yeah, I was born in East Oakland, Alta Bates Hospital. I grew up there all the way till 19. I mean, my upbringing was hard. My mom was a single parent of 4, so we stayed in a 1-bedroom house, the 4 of us. But I will say is, even though my upbringing was hard, I got a lot of exposure to the weed game and the genetics that were coming up about, like the GDPs and the Girl Scout cookies and the purple Urkels and all those things, you know, that really kind of still take place in today's market, you know. So I really got a first sight, first see, touch, smoke, feel growing up in the Bay.
Growing up in the Bay, you have really you're really hip to all the new strains and every single thing, because before LA became the mecca of cannabis, because a lot of people did come down here, a lot of people were in the Bay because the Humboldt Triangle was up there. Correct. And a lot of the work used to come to the Bay, first of all, before anything.
Yep.
And so they would see all the strains before anything. So now you're growing up around that.
Correct. That's the era I grew up in.
Immediately, you were seeing weed around, you were like 12, 13, 14, you'd just be around you?
Yeah, I mean, everybody really smoke, bro. I mean, it's not really like a hidden thing in the Bay, you know. I feel like everybody really be smoking, and everybody like smoking good shit too, or the newest shit. So, I mean, at that time, there was new shit coming out left and right, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't the Girl Scouts, then it was the gelatos. From the gelatos, you know what I'm saying? Then you went to the biscottis, the London pound cake. So I got a lot of exposure on that end, being able to see some of these genetics while I'm growing up. So I feel like that was able to give me like a one-up in the industry without even stepping foot in the industry, because I was already exposed to so many different genetics at a young age. And I smoked them, you know, being able
That's what my question was, like, when you first started smoking, right? Did you know what you were smoking? Like, did you taste it? You're like, okay, this is like GDP. This is like London pound cake. This is some cookies right here. Like, how did you go through that? Because at first I didn't know either.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know until my palate started developing, and then, like, you could start to recognize certain strains, you know. One of the first strains I recognized was some Mango Kush. And
Mango Kush, bro. Me and my brother have
fire, bro.
The Mango Kush is really one of them. It was one of the first strains me and my brother actually flipped. And and the rest is history.
Dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
it's one of the ones.
Fire, dog. So, I mean, being able to have the exposure of that, and then after
Mango Kush.
After the Mango Kush,
Legendary.
You just blew his mind right now.
Hey, man, that's a lot. Believe it or not, that's a lot.
Mango Kush is one of the ones.
That's a lot. What I was smoking on at the beginning until you got the chicken up, and then you could get to the Girl Scout and all the crazier exotics. Because at the time, these genetics, you had to have money to be able to, really smoke them shits, or else you was getting some.
Snickle free.
That's the best way to
How are you getting
describe it.
weed? Because you said I'm
my
sure
uncle,
like it was
my uncle is a grower, so
okay. Shout out Unks.
yeah. Shout out to my uncle.
So he's the one that put the imprint on the game for you, right?
For sure, I was exposed to plants at a very young age.
Talk about. I'm really interested if you want to talk about it. You don't.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I mean, shout out to my uncle Mill.
Hey, before you go into that, PBR rolled me a
Oh
blunt
yeah, I
right
need
here.
to hit that. He said I need to hit that.
Yeah,
I ain't
you
gonna lie.
gotta
He
hit that.
gave me
You
some
gotta hit
shit.
it. You gotta
I
hit
gotta
that.
hit that.
Okay, for sure.
That's my
Chief don't
entry
even pass blunts, but
He
that's
don't.
why I'm saying like I gotta hit that.
This is the entry.
that I put in the Billies. It's Oakland Orange Time Zambos.
We'll get into the Billies when we'll get to that point, but I want to really see your upcoming because it intrigues me because the way you look at flower, I look at it and I learn too. So I want to see where that comes from.
for sure.
Well, I mean, it comes from my uncle doing this shit when you're not supposed to be doing it. So it's the appreciation for the plant and just everything that's a part of the process is a little bit deeper than what the common norm is of today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he had a room built out. You know what I'm saying? He was crushing it indoors. He
He
was
learned the
feeding-
game.
He learned the game, and he was pheno hunting at a way before a lot of people were pheno hunting.
Where
So
did
I
he
just-
learn that game? Did he tell you?
He did tell me he learned it from a bunch of growers in Humboldt. Believe it or not, he just was a humble enough guy to be able to learn from people that really did this at scale. Knowing about they macros and micros. So it's like.
You making faces at me.
Nah, bro, go.
But he got to really dive into soil and be able to understand soil before understanding the grow a plant, and that's really how he dived into a lot of his time growing. And then I was exposed to the outdoor plants once he got busy and his time got taken up. He just told me like, "Yo, you gotta water this plant every day."
How old are you? Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Maybe like 16, 15.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's dope though.
Yeah, no.
15, 16, he said, hey, you got to water these plants at this time.
Yeah, every day. You gotta check them for bugs. It's outdoor. You gotta check them for caterpillars. You gotta really be on your shit. And it really.
He
just
showed you
kinda-
how to check them?
Yeah, he showed me how to check them, but just more extensively, he showed me how to be responsible for something every day and to have dedication if I wanted to be successful, because it's a long game. It's not like you just pop seeds in the ground and the next day you're harvesting.
It's a
bitches.
weed, like it grows like a weed. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
So shit take time. So
You're gonna get boof ass weed.
he taught me patience on a first-hand scale. So I'm really grateful for my Uncle Mill because I got to see how long the process really took. I want to say like after a year of staying with him and just like wanting to do my own things, I grabbed my last $20 or my last $100. I got a Megabus ticket. I had $20 after getting that ticket, and I came out here to LA and I slept on my brother's floor until I found a couple jobs. And I just kind of
What made you push to come to LA?
opportunity, bro.
You already knew the weed game was going crazy
And
down
how
here?
old are you at this time?
19.
19?
3 years
19.
after you learned.
3 years after I
Okay.
learned, 3 years after trying college, playing college baseball, figuring out that it just don't work for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not trying to be ran like that. Like most people that sign up for it, they can.
But you was a baller?
yeah,
you was
yeah. I
balling?
played college baseball at Cabrillo.
What position?
All of the outfield
Okay.
Okay.
and second base.
You look like a baseball player now.
Low key, I see it. See, I'm like, hey, okay, you not lying.
So yeah, nah, I did my thing up there, but it just was more about like lifing and playing baseball at the same time. I was having to go to school, play baseball, and still work. Most of these cats that's playing baseball, they only got to worry about baseball. So
Did you realize weed was your passion when you were coming down here?
it been? I didn't really realize until, believe it or not, when I was working for Pink Taco on a food truck, the last Chalice event that was up north. We attended the Chalice event, and man, I just was amazed. Like just with the culture, the community, how many different strains they could be. Like,
But you're on the food truck.
yeah, I'm on the food truck at the time.
So you got brought in by the food truck, so you're in that event, and then you seen it cut through there.
Yeah,
But that's crazy how someone can be inspired like that. That's what I was imagining you. You see how many people you are?
A lot of people don't know. I used to work in for Pink Taco. They just recently closed 8225 Sunset, and then I used to work at Buca de Beppo at the Grove. I started in the cooking industry for 5 years. I don't know. Really, more about was I love cooking, but I wasn't passionate about it. And I was only going to take so much from the next man. You know, the chefs be tripping, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Niggas be tripping. They want you to make X, Y, and Z hella fast. They also...
Yes, chef.
And that's all that's the only answer you could give is yes, chef. I'm a bay nigga. Like, it's only so many times you're going to be able to talk to me
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Like, all right, bro, bet I'll make the plate, but after I make this plate, let's go outside since you want to talk all crazy. You know what I'm saying? Nah. So I had end up, I want to say at 22, 23, I got into it. I was working at the Wallace over in Culver City, 2-star Michelin restaurant, live kitchen. It was lit. I'm not going to lie to you. I was making decent money, but it was just more about the respect factor for me. I wasn't going to sit there and take that shit every day. And the chef me and him got into it during the service, and I just walked out. I'll never see this shit again. And the next week I had applied for a trimmer job. I got hired as a trimmer at Project Cannabis. And then 2 weeks later, I was brought onto the cultivation team just because of my strain knowledge. I already had strain knowledge.
Since 16, when you're the uncle that passed you the knowledge,
Exactly.
and you just took that knowledge and applied.
2 weeks is crazy, though. Like,
it's not when you're a hustler, bro.
100%,
I'm going to tell you that right now. It's
100%.
not.
What were you doing? You went in there and started talking to the owners and shit? Or?
Nah, I went in there and I was just basically explaining them the genetics that they had and what area opportunities they could grow from at the end of the day.
And they listened to you?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say they listened to me off the bat.
But like, hey, he knows something.
Yeah, hey, he knows something. Like, hey, we should give him a shot type shit. You know what I'm saying? And the longer I stayed, the higher I went from... I ended up getting like 6 raises that year, bro. From being a trimmer to the cultivation supervisor to the manager. Pretty much elevated fast. In those 6 months though, I threw up my first 8 lights. And shit, it's really been I ain't looked back since, bro.
You paid your dues.
I wouldn't even say I paid my dues more than just it's attention to detail, bro. I pay attention on a higher level, higher scale. I wanted to learn the process of growing, not just smoke the weed. You know, most people just want to smoke the weed. Not me. I want to see this shit from A to Z, and then I want to see it over again, and then I want to see it over again, and then I want to see it over again, and then I might jump into it. And that's pretty much what I did. I seen it over maybe 4 or 5 times, and then I was like, man, I don't know why I can't do this. You know, it's paying attention. Checking your runoff, checking your environment, making sure you had the right genetics, making sure you had the right everything so that you could get through the process as smoothly as process and provide some fire-ass product. So I'd say 6 months in, I knocked out my first run, Gelato 41. And shit, bro, I ain't looked back since, bro, literally.
Gelato 41.
Yeah, bro. And it's crazy because I'm a Bay nigga. But yeah, Gelato 41 basically was my strain that brought me to the industry and has not allowed me to look back. But that's also kind of what inspired me to start pheno hunting after my first run. I was like, yeah, 41 is cool, but like, how can I make these people know me for me and not Gelato 41 type shit? You know
so
what I'm saying?
were you pheno hunting at Project Cannabis at that point?
Not at the time, but I was in the process of being able to start ordering genetics and start figuring out what seeds to grab and what to do.
So you were doing that there, though?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, by the time I left there, year 3, I was ahead of all the genetics, kind of like I am at Ball Family. So I've always been tapped into the genetic field and just linking and talking and networking with a bunch of people that are in this.
Like Yellow Thumb.
Place. Yeah, like Yellow Thumb.
So Yellow Thumb's one of my people that provides for Big Chief. He's one of there you go, bro. He's he's a great grower, and then pretty much I have made relationships through Yellow Thumb, and then I have relationships with like people like Doja EK, which have you seen on the pod, Doja Pack, different type of people, right? So I was at an event called Hash Holes and Donuts, and I was just talking to the homie, just telling what's up, just showing love. And I met bro, Doja EK introduced me, and he showed me some really good kush. And I put it on my thumb, and I gave him a thumbs up because it's super sticky. I was like, hey, yo, this is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? Then he goes, you know Yellow Thumb, huh? I go, yeah. And then we connected from there. Then the rest was history. But just going before that, what were you saying, bro? Do you remember?
I do remember how me and Yellow met.
So yeah. So you just reached out to Yellow, right?
Man, I had smoked the Bolo Runts, and I was like, man, I gotta find this guy. I'm not the guy that likes being middleman, you know. So I was like, I gotta find this guy. He got some fire ass weed. I'm just trying to buy. I'm not even trying to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to link with him or like anything crazy. I hit him up. He started asking me questions. I started asking him questions. You know, he like, oh yeah, you know, he seemed like he know what he doing. So at the time, Project Cannabis had shut down. This 2023. So like a lot of people don't know. I from 2023 until 2025, I'm actually in like my rebuild process. Project Cannabis shut down.
That's for Nathan and them, right? Nathan was part of Project Cannabis. Am I tripping?
No, you tripping.
Somebody else.
This was an MSO.
Okay.
Huge MSO.
Okay.
Columbia Care was a part of Project Cannabis. But they basically decided to shut down in 2023. I had lost that job, and then my little small batch grow, I ended up parting ways with my business partner due to unfortunate circumstances. And then during that time, I had acquired working at a 100 lighter as well. So I was running basically like 1,400, 1,500 lights in a day. Basically, I'll spend time downtown, then go from downtown to South Central, from South Central to Culver City. And then that's how I spent my days, literally. Pretty much for 3-4 years straight. I feel like that's
going through the ups and downs. You were saying with generators going down, different things. You were talking about this to me when I first met you.
Correct. So that's why I'm about to walk you into the situation that after I had lost all 3 of those jobs, I had to find a job. Found a job in East LA, growing. I was struggling like a motherfucker because I was running off the generator. I wasn't having lights on. Bills wasn't being paid. I wasn't being paid. It just was kind of like a clusterfuck. So I kind of reached out to Yellow, and I'm like, yo, man, like, I'm doing decent in this grow, but I need to do better. Start asking him a bunch of technical questions, and he honestly just responded like a real genuine person, bro, and was just giving me answers left and right. And I was like, damn, I've been in the game for a minute, and not too many people are willing just to share answers like that. You know, he didn't gatekeep.
A lot of people gatekeep.
Exactly. He didn't keep shit from me, and
Yellow's the real one.
At the time, I was pheno hunting Invader Zim, and he
Invader motherfucking Zim. We'll get to that.
Yeah, he basically taught me what I needed to do to get the strain, you know what I'm saying, in the right conditions to be able to drop it to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because I have been through a bunch of trial runs, and this wasn't right, and the nose wasn't right, and it didn't smoke right. And mind you, I'm going through all this generator shit too, so like my hands was kind of tied to begin with, but I still figured out a way, and I would say I figured out that way through Yellow Thumb advice, you know what I'm saying, him teaching me all the little things that I could correct and do better on after I had showed him some product of mine. And he just really reached out and put his arms out, and it's been up ever since with me and him.
I'm sure he's proud of you, bro. Like, you've been killing it, bro.
For sure.
I mean,
you put your time and effort into it. That's
for sure. No, I understand what you're saying. But it's like, I already know me and him, our best work is still yet to come. Like,
yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna be right there.
That's the exciting part about it, you know. Like, I love my strains that I've dropped, and they all have backstories, which makes me who I am today. But I wouldn't have gotten there if I didn't get the help and you know what I'm saying, the advice that I needed to take me to the next level. And Yellow Thumb was one of them first people. And just to show y'all how big his reach was, when I decided to finally leave that 100 lighter running off a generator and team up with Ball Family Farms, he had carried some of my genetics so I could still drop and be able to do drops.
Oh,
and
wow.
he ran them for me until I got into my situation to where I could really maneuver and do the things that I'm doing now. And that's how Hood Baby is still here today. I don't think it would be if it wasn't. He always tell me like I give him too much credit, but I don't.
He's a
believe in
humble
too-
dude.
I don't believe in too much credit. I believe it's just giving him his flowers, bro. He Hood Baby wouldn't be here if he, you know what I'm saying, if he didn't do what he did.
Yellow don't
take
like
it-
me on camera, so you're doing it for him.
Yeah, nah, for
Type
sure.
shit.
And you know how he is. He's super humble. He don't really care for any of this shit. He just likes to see all of us win. And you know,
And
that's
good flower.
amazing flower. Shit.
Amazing flower. Great flower. You know what I'm saying? The expectations are high. So going through that, you're at the Ball family. You're growing there right now, taking Yellow advice, like meeting people, like big pivotal moments. You know, for you, when did Hood Baby Cultivation come? When, was it an idea? Has it been out?
No,
Or did you just start it?
It was so like we go back into the Yellow segment. Like once Yellow had gave me a few, as he liked to call it, life jackets, tips, you know what I'm saying, for me to get better at, and I executed them bitches. I was doing decent financially. I decided to spend my last 10K on clothes and some flour and a flower drop, not knowing what would come from it, you know, or the outcome or the reach or if I would sell out or anything. It was something that I believed in and I believe I could do. So August 2023, this is before I got to Ball Family Farms. I didn't get to Ball Family until November 2023. So August 2023, I do my first drop. I sell out, bro. And I didn't think I would sell out because I didn't even know I had that many customers or that much support or anything like that at the end of the day.
How many things did you drop?
100 items. So 50 shirts, 50 hoodies, and then 3 strains: raspberry lemonade, Invader Zim, and peach pound cake at the time. And then I had a bunch of, so shout out to Pressure Pack Zoo. He actually helped me QC the first drop. But I had a bunch of other flavors along the way besides those 3. Those were just the 3 that I was dropping. So he's in my ear.
How were people hearing about you?
Shit, bro. I don't even know. I honestly don't know, bro. Because it's not like I do
God did.
And nah, for sure, yeah. I don't do marketing. I don't do promotion. It's literally all word of mouth type shit. And I guess the streets was talking. And them niggas my flower was going up. And before I knew it, you know, people were asking for a second drop. And I'm like, second drop? I didn't know I was going to
For
get past
Hood Baby,
the
second drop?
exactly. I didn't know I was going to get past the first one. So long story short, like, I don't know, it just took a lot of faith. And
Did you believe in yourself?
hell yeah, I always believed in myself.
So why were you surprised when they're asking for a second drop?
Because it was weed related. It wasn't just Zach related. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Niggas fuck with me as a person. So like I expect to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying, my boys to rock with me because I rock with them the same way. So, but it was weed involved, you know, and there's so many brands. I came in during the sprayed era. That's why the real terps, real genetic shit is on every one of my shit, because that's the advantage that I had during that time at the end of the day. And it was also like, you gotta think about it. Not too many people in this industry like pheno hunting because it's a lot of effort, and in some people's eyes it's a waste of time because you don't really always find keepers. So
Can you break that down for us in a quick segment? Real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to really ask you that.
Yeah,
today.
I mean, when you pop seeds, you're not guaranteed anything. You're not guaranteed a winner. You're not guaranteed anything that smokes good. You're not guaranteed anything that looks good. It could be a complete failure and a waste of money. And I've done that successfully for the last 5 years.
How does one does that successfully? Like you go in there, you find keepers, like by checking
Keepers
them out?
over time, though, bro, because it literally
Because
takes
you gotta
time.
make sure the cure is good. There's so much factors that go
Exactly.
into that.
No,
you
I know it. And
Because
so-
someone can find keepers, but they don't know the keepers
They don't know
cannot
how
cure
to cure
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then the strain goes to shit. So no, 100%.
That's why I really respect real growers that grow real gas weed, because it's not motherfucking easy. There's so many different ways. The Home Depot bucket does the job. You know what I'm saying? What do you do? How do you cure? Or you can't share that?
No, I don't mind sharing it. 14 days drying, another 7 days in a tote, and then,
Tote.
but that's getting burped. You know what I'm saying? Everything's getting burped. Nothing's staying stagnant. And environmentals are correct. You know, those things are the real major things that people sleep on. They think 60-60 is going to work, but I don't see how the same temperature and humidity is going to pull out a lot of moisture. And that's why people's shit don't be smoking right, or the ash don't be right, or...
But you trial and error this, though.
Yeah, over 5 years, bro. I failed a lot, too, though. I've had batches that didn't smoke.
You're
But I won't
fuck.
drop shit like that at the end of the day. Like, that's the difference, I would say, between me and a lot of other people. That shit ain't smoking, and...
It's just not getting dropped.
It's not getting dropped.
If you're not
It's
chief
simple
it,
as-
it don't get released.
And it's
Wait
got
until
it,
you
wait,
release
no,
it.
it's not just me though. It's got to go to multiple heads, 20 different heads. And if 4 or 5 say yeah, and then everybody else kind of iffy, we ain't dropping that shit. Fuck you talking about,
we
bro?
want everybody.
Yep,
but
nigga,
everyone,
that was him. That was him. That was him. That was him. I want everybody on the table to be able to. Yeah, this is good smoke. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be dropping some shit that's 50-50. That's gonna tarnish my name and my brand. And for what I do, as many strains as I drop, I can't have that. I can't allow that at the end of the day.
Go back to genetics. So then, pretty much, not all of them are keepers.
No, hell no. Shit. I'd say 90% of them aren't keepers. I'd say 95%, really.
So how was Invader Zim? Like, you could have skipped that, or how did the story of that come?
Nah,
along?
hell nah, bro. Shit. I got lucky, bro. I'm not
Talk about
gonna-
Invader Zim. What is Invader Zim?
Invader Zim is Runts times Skittles times Animal Cookies, and it's a S1. The story behind that is, as the MSO closed, we ordered clones from C Junkie. They always gave us their fucking exclusive menu, so I got access to shit before a lot of people didn't. And they had delivered some Runts times Skittles times Animal Cookies, Phenos. Obviously, the facility had shut down, so we couldn't even fucking run them hoes at the end of the day. My boy ends up taking some cuts and running them. He runs them. I find basically 3 seeds in an ounce, and I popped them seeds, and 2 of them didn't pop.
Oh, the one did.
The one that did is Invader Zim.
I know there was a story to
That's
this.
how the best strains come about, bro.
Exactly, bro. That's what. How some
I'm
of
not
the best,
gonna lie to
best-
y'all, bro. At first, I was skeptical, and you could ask on my soul. Y'all can ask Yellow, cause I'm like, I think I got something, but I don't know, because I don't think I'm growing it right. And he like, let me see it. So he's like, yeah, you got a couple things to correct. So I get back in the lab,
You
I
take-
correct those things.
The
I-
terps start going
the
terpene.
the terps start being loud and prominent in the flower room, and every time you rub up against them, you don't even want to leave. You just, damn, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Even though I know what it is, it's just like, what are these terps? You know what I'm saying? This is legit some shit I
The
have
different
not,
traits come too.
some shit I haven't had before at the end of the day. And
Same shit.
I had got through the first drop in Mylars with pressure packs, and that shit went crazy in the streets. It was shit. I got it to New York. I got it to Oakland. I got it to a couple reaches in every city. Everybody loving it. Nobody.
So this before the jar, before the
Jar, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I built the brand in the spray era. I shouldn't be here. Technically, to them, quote unquote, I shouldn't be here. So it's like, because I was told at one point in time, you can't have real strains that have different terpenes and still compete with them, because all that shit is fake. But we here to see that that's cap. Don't listen to what nobody tell you. I did exactly what I wanted to do. I fucking hunted a bunch of different fruit strains, and I
That
found
pink fucking
pineapples. Yeah.
Bro, that strain we had. I was seeing y'all smoke it. I was fasting, and both of y'all were passed out, bro. The other day on the couch, bro, smoking that shit.
Sure.
That hash show was hitting.
What this is?
That's some yellow diamonds.
So
Something new. You can hit it.
what's so now your story from all the way from the Bay, just the love of the weed from the age of 16, moving to LA at the age of 19, coming down and working at Project Packs.
Project Cannabis, yeah.
Project Cannabis for until 2022, 23.
23.
And then going to Ball Family Farms, and now you're competing competitions, and you were you got placed at the ZA Olympics, and you placed at the one in New York right now as well, correct?
The New York one was
the one in New York.
The New York one was a mini bracket. We also competed at the Billies, which we didn't place in, which is cool. And that's why I like doing all of this shit, though, bro. People think I'm doing it just for to win everything, but nah, I just like competing, bro. Especially in this space, you know, you could get complacent.
You're a baseball player, bro. The competition keeps going.
Not just that, but you could get complacent. You could get complacent with your product and the quality level that you putting out there at the end of the day, and like what you competing, it kind of tells you, you know what I'm saying, no matter where you place, whether you win first place or third place, where you have to grow at the end of the day. What areas of opportunity you could provide to you growing to make your product a more superior product. And that's always what I'm after. I'm a perfectionist. I'm not just in this shit to just do it. I want to be.
You're innovating. You're one of the innovators.
And I want to be one of the best at this shit, bro. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not just doing this shit to do it, bro. I want to be one of the best, bro. Like,
what makes you want to do that? Because I know you love the flower, but there's something about it that has to, like, I'm trying to understand too. Like, why do you want to be the best?
It just...
Is it because you're addicted to the fact of just on the perfection of the flower that you're growing, or is it like...
I don't know. I really think it's just appreciation for the plant. I feel like that's how you appreciate the plant the correct way, is by wanting to be the best and give it the best at the end of the day. And
trying to get the most out of the plant, because there's so much. With THC, there's so many categories.
For sure,
there's so many different things you can go to, but it's like art what you bring out, though. That's how I look at it.
For more than anything, is not just getting out, is how much passion can I give the plant. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what motivates me to be one of the best, is because I want to be super passionate to the plant, to where the plant can give me everything, and it's just a symbiotic relationship. We in love at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying?
You got a relationship with the plant too.
There you go. And I feel like that's one of the key missing things, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people be missing. It's like, oh, how do you do this, Zach? This, and this. It's like, bro, I just love this shit. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Love this shit. I'll be up all day doing this shit, bro. Like, 5 a.m. to 3
you wake up
a.m.
early.
I wake up early. I get to it, bro. At the end of the day, you got to. That if you really love this shit, you know what I'm saying, you gotta pour your all into it. It's just like a relationship. It's just like your wife or your child. You gotta pour
anything
your all
that you
into
do,
it.
whatever you water grows.
There you go. And
I mean,
this one of the things
no pun intended.
Shit, I just happened to water and it grew on me big, bro. And I ain't never looked back from that. I mean, I don't know. I also feel like it stems from like this, like the first real thing that I can pour my all good, you know what I'm saying, all of my goodness into, and it's not gonna give me anything off other than good. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like
good deposits.
Good deposits. Good investments. It's, I don't know.
It's
in some sense, it's like sort of like a therapist, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I get to pour all my life into it and still be me and positive, and then in return, it's gonna teach me what I need to.
That's what it's looking like. It sounds like it's your purpose. That's why you want to be so great at it.
I wouldn't want to do anything else, bro.
That's beautiful.
And I loved cooking, bro. But I wouldn't want to do anything else, bro. Not anything else.
From chef in the kitchen to chef in the grill, huh?
For sure.
Man. Hood baby cultivation.
Shit, just different genetics too, man. Different flavors. Like that's, I don't know. I feel like people that translate from the cooking industry, that's the reason why they do so well in this space, because they understand flavors.
Before you go into that, what's your favorite strains? For like you personally, you just smoking? Cause like me, I like OGs, different things. Like, what are your personal things that you just like smoking on?
Shit, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love a good Girl Scout cookie, but a lot of people ain't been able to do real good Girl Scout cookie in years, bro. So I'm not gonna even sit up here and lie to you, bro.
What do you like about it?
The effects,
the high,
the taste, the smoothness, the high, everything. You know, she just a good girl.
Good cookies.
How about you, PBR?
Bro, really me, I like a GG number 4. You can't find, I don't know.
Cow stuck, sticky,
for,
yeah.
Bro, but like, you ain't lying, them cookies is good. Right now, I like, bro, Blue Zushi, my favorite shit.
You like the Zushi?
I like the Zushi a lot.
Smoked it the other day with you, huh? Yeah. In the IE.
Yeah.
What's it called? What's next for you? Would you got anything cooking up? It's like, you know how you go on a PR run, you do an album drop, and you tell you what your album's coming out? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm working on hella shit, bro.
What's next for you? Like, are y'all doing an event coming up? Do you got drops come for the store? We just past 420.
I do know that Invader Zim's dropping on the legal market in the recreational market in June.
In June?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Congratulations. And then you'll be at my store too.
For sure. But I'm working on a bunch of shit, bro. I can't even tell you off the top of my head. I have a bunch of live pheno hunts right now. I got a bunch of reruns I need to get through as well.
What's a rerun?
A rerun
For
is
the people that don't know.
so. The way I like to pheno is I like to select 2 potential keepers, and then we rerun both of them to verify if it's a keeper, and that comes all the way down to smokability. You know what I'm saying? It's not just plant performance. It's got to check all the boxes. And
What are the
smoke
boxes?
as a plant or as smoking? Because that's 2 different things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
What, did it correlate?
They do correlate, but sometimes they don't. That's why it's 2 different things.
Because when you look at blue for Zushi, for example, like and everything, you look at the nugs, you're like, what the fuck? Then you smoke it, you're like, all right.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I mean.
A good example.
That's a great example. You know what I'm saying? The plant probably looks like shit when you're growing it. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. But when you smoke that shit, it takes you into a different atmosphere, different experience. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's 2 different things, because the plant can be ugly as shit and she can, you know what I'm saying, not look as good as everything else in the room, but she can honestly outperform everything else in the room.
Now, how about let's go to smoke check boxes then.
Smoke boxes, I mean, shit. That's shit you can't really tell on the plant. You can't tell if it's smooth or if it's creamy or if it's gassy or if it's somewhere in between. You know what I'm saying? Smokability, harshness. You know what I'm saying? Does it do well in a joint?
Do you look at the breakdown?
Yeah, how it breaks down. Exactly.
That's one of my
All
favorite
of that's
things.
what I mean though. Like that's why I say it's 2 different things, because on the plant while you're growing it, it is one thing. You know what I'm saying? But when you dry it, that smell cannot come out when you fucking completely dry it. You know what I'm saying? Or you smoking it, it don't even smoke nothing like it smells. So it's like there's so many different things that go into really providing the keepers. That's why you really got to give and pay respect to any cultivator that's doing this shit successfully, because they really done did all of that goddamn work, not just one time, but multiple times.
Time, effort, and money.
Exactly. So, and then even the people that are running other people's genetics, bro, it's a reason why they do that, because the degree of difficulty of pheno hunting and really finding keepers is hard as fuck, bro. It's not easy, bro. You're not just out here winning left and fucking right, bro, at the end of the day. I would say I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying, and that I have a great team and a bunch of team members around me to be able to execute all the shit that I'm doing, because if not, you guys wouldn't be getting all the strain y'all getting from me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot. It's a lot, bro. It's not just, bam, I got these fire ass seeds, bro. I'll go through 2 or 3 packs of some fire ass seeds and not find shit, bro. Literally find all huff strains, bro. You like, bro, I can't believe that this and this makes this shit. Like, the fuck? So
It's different, and you're like, and that's crazy when you just like, and it, like when you see that your product that when you put something together, that you're like, okay, this will go amazing, and you're like, it actually goes that way. Because sometimes they're like, oh fuck, it doesn't. The traits are we hit this.
No, exactly, and that's what I mean. Like pheno hunting, that's why I love it though, because it's, I don't know. To me, in the same sense, it's like baseball, bro. In baseball, you hit the ball and get on base 30% of the time, you doing great. That's a 300 hitter. You damn near all-star. You see what I'm saying? But you fail the other 70% of the time. But you damn near all-star. You see what I'm saying?
Failure leads to success.
So like, and it's
really
the same
shows.
shit for pheno hunting. You know what I'm saying?
So that's deep. Someone should write
That's
a
a
book
great
about
analogy.
that. So someone should definitely write a book about that for sure. Or we're just high thinking about that.
Either or, but shit. Nah, that's the way I like to look at it. It's like playing baseball, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fail. You got to know you're going to fail. That's part of pheno hunting. Now, when you win and you find your wins and you do have a Barry Bonds season and
You go to
find
the
a
World
winner,
Series and shit.
you know what I'm saying? Then you give yourself your flowers. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like life is about. You know what I'm saying?
Giving flowers.
You gotta give flowers, bro.
That's why I wanted to bring you on here. I wanted to give you your flowers for everything that you've been doing, bro.
That, bro.
A lot of people on here now get a really good look at how genetics and every single thing works that follow you and get a perspective on it, you know?
For sure.
But I was going to ask you, how's your relationship with Chris Ball? Like, how's everything over there? Because dude over there with the Daniel LaRusso starting off in that over there to where he's taking his brand and added you on?
Yeah.
Dope.
I mean, shit, our relationship is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I see it. It's pretty cool.
He kind of, I mean, it's kind of like dating. Like at first, he kind of was just like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that? This, and this." And then it's like, as I'm able to bring him more keepers and change over the lineup, you know what I'm saying? You earn more trust, and he's like, "Man, I don't even care what you're doing. I already know." Like
Cooking up.
You're gonna find something, so I'm gonna just let you do you. You know what I'm saying? And he's starting to understand on a deeper level of what it takes to really find a keeper, and you know what I'm saying. He's also picking phenos, so like it's really cool to see, you know, that I'm not the only one invested on this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else is going in there looking at all the phenos, seeing if they seeing the same thing as me. And a lot of the times we don't agree, and that's what's funny about it.
Remember, what do we call it when everyone had a different preference? Not opinion, but
Subjective.
Subjective.
It's subjective for sure.
Chief High for sure.
The subjectiveness of the shit that I pick versus the shit he picks, and then he's like, "Damn, people really fuck with your pick over mine." And I'm like, "Bro, because it's not always about just the bag appeal, bro. The bag appeal is great, but it's gotta smoke, bro."
It's all about the smoke. For real cheaper.
It's hurt,
sure.
bro. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, I'm smoking your product, right? After I get it from you, it's all about the smoke.
And if the shit don't smoke, niggas not coming back. So I'm sorry, bro.
Everyone, it's
Bro,
like a
that
one-time
shit's
experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it really worth that value? And when they try it and they go, "Oh my god, it's my last nug," you know what I'm saying? Then you know it's the
bro.
one.
That hurt your stomach seeing the last nuggets in my hood,
What?
baby.
Last nug of hood, baby.
You open the jar and you're like, oh,
It's my last nug of hood, baby.
damn.
Hey guys, so tap in with who you know to get the hood, baby. Hit my boy up. Don't miss his clothing drops as well.
Oh yeah, you know the merch shit. You know that's my creativity lane. That's the part that I love about all this shit. You know, you don't gotta just stop with the flyer. You could go beyond and really outreach to people that don't smoke, and you know what I'm saying. Just showing your creativity side of this, because I'm a guy that's so much in the garden. People don't think like, oh, bro, he could create some dope shit, you know what I'm saying? But nah, you know what I'm saying? Not putting myself in a box and wanting to challenge myself and be able to drop merch. And I just was in New York and seen people in my merch. Shit's crazy, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's community.
Yeah.
Build a community when you do something
Yeah,
like that.
bro.
You're just not growing. You're just not putting brand out. You're actually branding at this point. And
Yeah.
that's all it's about. You're an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? You're aligning, not grinding anymore.
Hey, that's hard.
You know what I'm saying? Last thing, what advice would you give to someone that's up and coming grower that was probably in your path? That, you know how Yellow Thumb gave you some advice? What's some advice that you would give our audience right here? Some game.
I mean, really is perseverance. Perseverance. You got to be able to persevere to really want to do this shit. It's going to be downs. It's not always going to be ups. And it's appreciating those downs just as much as you appreciate those ups. As long as you could persevere and stick it out, stay down, you know what I'm saying, there will be some success along that way as long as you really get into it. But you got to really get to it. I feel like we all given the same 24 in a day. Don't make an excuse on why you can't do some shit. Figure out a reason and a solution to be able to really get to do some shit. So that's my best advice: perseverance and be able to get to it, bro. This shit is all hard work. I wouldn't say that one of my special things about myself is just my hard work, bro. My work ethic, bro. I'm willing to work no matter what, wherever.
1% better every day.
1% better every day. That's literally how we locked in, bro. Like, just talking about that, you know, really trying to get better 1% every day, no matter what it is.
Better
what
than
you do
yesterday.
today. Better than yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So
That's you just got when he talks about you got to persevere in this thing. It's like there's literally gonna be days like what I don't even know what the fuck to do, but you just gotta start. You gotta put it out there, and then you gotta keep going, and you gotta learn from everybody around you. You can't just be mad like damn it's fucking ass or whatever. It's not ass. You can't. You gotta take it all in opinion. You gotta build that up, and you gotta take that back out, and then you already know. Oh, they didn't like this. That's something. No, this is covered. So now they're smoking it, and now you're not. It's like getting better and better. How can I get better at that point? You know what I mean? Because you're looking at that point 5-6 years down the road, like, damn, this shit is really working my way. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, keep at it. The day you quit, you let somebody else win. Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So just keep at it every single day. You're just. One time, let me tell you a quick story. I have to really mention this because this has been on my mind for the past couple days. One of my friends goes, bro, I was waiting at a light, and you know those people that juggle in LA in front of the car, right? They be juggling. And pretty much they be working hard, but bro said he was feeling generous, whatever. He's been like working really hard, not whatever, but he's been feeling generous because everything's been good for him, you know, and then he wanted to give back. And the guy goes to the first car and they ignore him. And he goes to the second car, ignore him. This guy pulls out $100 bill and he has it and is about to roll the window down, waiting for the guy to come to the window. And he doesn't come to the window, he just goes across the street. You know what I'm saying? You're one car away. So keep pushing every fucking day. I always believe that you're one car away. You just gotta focus on what you're doing and just keep at it consistently over and over. Put your hours in, pay your dues, whatever it is, figure it out. Not just keep doing the same thing over and over. Learn from your faults and don't repeat the mistakes. And really like fight yourself because eventually you get tired of fucking falling. You know what I'm saying? Even a thing, and you're gonna start walking correctly, and then you're gonna start running, and then pretty much you're gonna be hurling over shit, you know? So thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys for showing my boys love. Go to their Instagram handle below. Go ahead and see what they got going on. See if you can get some drops. PBR always doing dope events. Go pull up on him.
Y'all gonna see the PBR Hood Baby collab coming soon.
You heard it here first. You know,
you heard it here first for sure.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate Kenny behind the camera. Comment below, and we love for you guys to subscribe and comment. You know, I know a lot of you guys watch this, but subscribing to the pod means a lot to me. So thank you guys. See ya.
I feel alone with my mama, Baby llama wanna drink, mama llama had to sing,